So I thought it would be really fun to do the 5 random facts tag just so you guys can get to know a little bit more about me, because I know I don't really talk too much about who I am and about my personal life, just because I do like to keep this channel mainly focused on beauty, but I do think it's important that you guys get to see a little bit more of who I am. So random fact number 1. I consider myself a pretty rational person. I normally don't, do things without thinking about them. I don't really believe in horoscopes and things of that nature. I've just always been that way. I've been someone who just always questions things. But there is one really irrational thing that I do, and I've been doing it ever since I was a child. And it's when I'm at my parents' house. This only happens at my parents' house. If all the lights downstairs are off and I'm downstairs, I'm the only one downstairs, and I have to go upstairs and there are no lights on, I have to sprint up the stairs because I feel like something is chasing me or that something is behind me like a monster. I've just always been that way ever since I was a little kid. I just thought that these monsters were going to be chasing me up the stairs, so I have to run as fast as I possibly can, and it makes no sense whatsoever, and I know it's completely crazy, but I just continue to do it. So every time I'm downstairs in the dark, I have to sprint up the stairs. So that is one very random fact. Oh, and if you guys see me looking over to the side, it's because I wrote them down, because I really couldn't think of anything, because I'm not really an interesting person, at least that's what I think. So I had to really think about these random facts. Random fact number 2. I don't like Twilight. And I know that is like shock horror for a lot of people out there. I'm sure a lot of you guys love Twilight, but this is just my personal opinion. Personally, I don't really enjoy reading books in that kind of genre. I like books that are science related, philosophical books, just things of that nature. I know it's really weird, but I really am like a huge nerd. I love reading books on biology, evolution, just all of that stuff, religion. I'm really, really interested in those topics, and also the lack of religion. So I tried reading Twilight because I do like fiction books, and I love the Harry Potter series. I think it's absolutely one of the best series out there, and it's really well written, and you just get absorbed in the story. But I tried reading Twilight. I actually bought the first 2 books because everybody was saying how great they were. So I bought the first 2 books thinking that I would really like the first one and need to read the second one. And honestly, it was like torture trying to read the first book. The only reason why I finished it is because I do not like reading a book or starting to read a book and then leaving it unfinished. So that is the only reason why I finished it. It's just because I had to finish it, but I just could not. Oh my gosh, it was like slow torture for me to read that book. I just don't think it was well written. It's not something that I'm interested in. I mean, I do like romance stories, but I don't know. It just wasn't my cup of tea. So if you like Twilight, that's completely fine. I don't have anything against people that love the Twilight series. I've seen the movies, and I don't have a problem with seeing the movies. It's just, I don't love it like other people do. Okay, so random fact number 3. I have really enjoyed playing video games ever since I was a little kid. And when I say I like to play video games, I mean I close the blinds in my room, draw the curtains, close the door so it's completely dark in my room, and I have this leather chair that I sit in. I pull it up to the TV, and I will sit in my room all day. No joke. All day from morning to when it's dark, probably till the wee hours in the morning, and I will play video games. I will sit there and start a game in the morning and take however long it takes to finish it. And my mom thinks I am a very strange person. She says that sometimes she thinks I should have been born a boy. And I kind of agree with her in some ways because I was, when I was younger, very boyish. Yeah. But anyways, back to the video games. Yeah, so I pretty much make my room like a little dungeon / lair, and I will just go crazy. And I will just play my PlayStation all day. And the most embarrassing part is that one of my favorite game series is Spyro the Dragon. I know that is so lame, but I've been playing that game ever since the first one came out when I was a young kid and I had a PlayStation, the very first PlayStation that ever came out, and I've played every single game since then. So it's kind of like my guilty pleasure, and a lot of my friends don't even know about it. So I'm kind of in the closet with my video game love. Random fact number 4. I have never done a single drug in my entire life, and that means no cigarettes, no marijuana, no cocaine, nothing. Absolutely nothing. And I didn't have a drop of alcohol until after I finished high school, and I was in Europe actually. So that was just a personal choice for me. I have nothing against people who do like to do drugs and who do enjoy drinking alcohol. I think that it's just a personal decision, and mine wasn't really based off any kind of religious beliefs or anything. It was just who I am. I've just never been someone who likes to go out and party and go to clubs and things of that nature. I've just always been a very reserved, kind of calm, even-tempered, I like to be alone type person. Random fact number 5. So as far as my name here on YouTube goes, which is Cam, if you guys don't already know, I have always been really honest about it. If people ask me if Cam is my real name, I always say, no, it's not my real name. It's actually a nickname that my friends came up with from the film Good Luck Chuck. I don't know if you all have seen that, but Jessica Alba's character in the movie is named Cam, and everyone always says that I remind them so much of her character in that movie. So that's kind of where the name Cam came from. And when I first started making videos, I definitely did not expect to have people watching my videos. I couldn't really imagine why anyone would want to watch me. So I didn't feel comfortable putting my real name out there because it is an ethnic name and it's not common in the area where I live. It's definitely more common in Europe, but not so much where I am. I've always been the only person that I know with my name. So yeah. I figured that since I have built up a bigger following now, I just feel like you guys should know my real name. I feel comfortable with giving it out now just because I don't really go by Cam in person, so it feels kind of weird. I feel like I'm kind of living a double life, like I'm Cam on YouTube and then I'm someone else by a different name in real life. So I figured that I should just tell you guys all my name, and it's up to you whether you want to continue calling me Cam or if you want to call me by my real name. But my real name is Ingrid, spelled I-N-G-R-I-D. And I know my name has become more popular ever since Ingrid Michaelson came out. That's probably the most famous person. But I am of Norwegian and Swedish descent on my father's side. So my full name, first and last, is a purely Scandinavian name. And my dad just wanted me to have something that represents my heritage. So yeah, that is my real name, and I'll probably change my name on my YouTube profile page to my real name, but yeah, nothing too interesting. I know it's kind of like an old lady name, but I like it. I mean, at least when people shout out my name, I know they're talking to me and they're not talking to somebody else. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this 5 random facts video. I know it was probably kind of boring and pointless, but It was fun to film. So yeah, I will see you all later. Bye.